It's time now for a look at the latest in local news. In the news, the Wayne County Board of Education met Tuesday morning for a work session, and at each board meeting, the board members get an update from School Superintendent Sean Kelly on the capital projects underway at the school. Again, the two major projects are the track and the renovation of James E. Bacon. Here was the update on the track Tuesday from Superintendent Sean Kelly.
Project. So our track, I'll begin with that. Our last update mentioned that there were some minor corrections that had to be made by the paving contractor. That work has taken place and has been successfully completed. Our last update also mentioned that the weather was dictating when the track surface installers would arrive and begin, which would likely not be until mid-February, early March. But the good news is that the contractors were able to approve on those dates, and the track surface installation crew are set to arrive in town late this afternoon. That was yesterday, so they should be in town yesterday or today, and should be beginning in the next day or so with the surface on the track. The next couple of days will mostly consist of staging material, laying out borders, and hopefully they'll be putting surface down and be complete within the next 2 to 3 weeks. And then the fencing will take place after that, and whatever else clean up and small things that they need to do. So that's where we're at right now.
Will the contractor that applies the surface, will they do the striping as well?
When they put the surface down, it will all be complete. Yes, sir. All of that. I think that's actually built into the application. Or it may be a thing that happens right after the application, but they're responsible for marketing and everything. Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
I thought you mentioned the last meeting we might get a 2-week window or it couldn't get below
45.
Yeah.
That's what they told me. Now they're telling me this. So, but I will say this, that, the contractor, TQ Constructors, is responsible for making sure that the track surface goes down as it's supposed to, so that it will be the quality that this board expects. And, the people who put those surfaces down are responsible for them in their warranty. So they're very meticulous, they're very strict, for lack of a better way of saying it, about what they're going to do and how they're going to do. So they will not compromise their application process, regardless of how much we argue or stay on them or ask them to hurry up. They're going to do it right, so that when this is finished, we will have a product that our students and our community deserve.
And again, those comments to Superintendent Sean Kelly, once again, just to emphasize, last week they told the superintendent they needed a 2-week window of 45 degrees or better to lay down the surface. Now they say they don't need that window. They're ready to lay down the surface, so go figure. Kelly also updated the board on the progress of James E. Bacon.
With James Bacon, the concrete subcontractor is going to be pouring the stairs for the stage and the new addition and the small connector between the pre-K and to the pre-K building suite. Masons are continuing to run walls at the new addition and annex connectors. They received a large shipment of door frames, because we were having issues getting door frames, for the new kitchen annex and the new classroom connector wing yesterday. They'll be setting the frames, which will allow the block work to continue to progress towards completion in those areas. As all of these items continue to progress, the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing trades will continue roughing in the infrastructure for those areas, and the final shipments of structural steel are scheduled for delivery within this end of this week, next week, which means they'll have erectors hanging steel by the end of next week. So now that they're getting things on site, things will progress a little bit quicker.
And once again, those are the updates on the two major projects. Other news, the board has moved the timeline up in the hiring their staff for the coming year. That process delayed last year with the transition of the new superintendent coming on board. They're going back to the original schedule, as they'd like to have the staff hired in plenty of time for the school year. COVID update was good news. Superintendent Kelly says the worst day was January 18th with 200 positive cases. In 2 weeks, that number down to just 20. The board heard a presentation from architect and engineering firm Southern A&E, who made a presentation on a new air conditioning unit for the high school, new HVAC system, and a new roof are the two projects the board is looking at regarding the high school. After the presentation, Ray Davidson told the company representatives that the board is not pleased with their current architect, Buckley & Associates, who are behind on the James E. Bacon project, which is costing the school system money. Davidson says the board simply dissatisfied with their current architect, and that's the reason why they're listening to a presentation from another architect firm on the air conditioning system in Southern A&E out of Austell, Georgia. School board scheduling a retreat at the Tech Center that's set for March 29th to discuss budget and other projects. They'll schedule principals and from each school to come in and present their needs and wish list for each school. Personnel approved Tuesday. Several resignations announced, including Odom Elementary Principal Gina Roddy will be retiring at the end of the school year, so there'll be at least one opening for a principal position next year in the school system. Other certified resignations: Cynthia McCann, Scriven Elementary, also retiring; Lisa Ring, Martha Ross Smith Elementary, retiring; and Lena Welsh, Martha Puckett Middle School, retiring at the end of the school year as well. One classified transfer: Cassandra Lavelle, Martha Puckett Middle School, computer operator to Central Office for Speech Medicaid Secretary. As we look at your school board work session from yesterday, we'll come back with more news after this word from our sponsor. Other commercial messages, so please stay tuned. All this week, Wayne County Emergency Management encouraging Wayne County residents to prepare during Severe Weather Preparedness Week. Today's the Tornado Safety and Prepare-a-thon. Again, they're asking that the residents, schools, and business are encouraged to participate in the Ready Georgia's Prepare-a-thon, a tornado safety statewide tornado drill scheduled for today. Second annual Jesup Rotary Club Polar Plunge is an event to raise funds for scholarships and local Rotary projects. 11 local celebrities will take the plunge in the chilly waters on February 24th at 5:30 at the Trial House. Funds raised from the plunge will benefit local nonprofit organizations. Past projects the Jesup Rotary Club has sponsored include Camp Hope, Wayne County Toy Drive, and Safe Kids. Following people will be participating in the plunge: Evan Volsky, Georgia Power; Caleb Popple, Hospice of South Georgia; Chad Swanson, Coastal Pines Technical College; Dr. Sean Kelly, Wayne County School System; Edwin Davis, Advanced Chiropractic; Fred Anderson, Hospice of South Georgia; Glenn Pond, Magic Mattress; Jonathan Volsky, Country Financial; Keith Duncan, Harris Ace Hardware; McKinley Ravenel, Rainier Advanced Materials; and Warren Wagamuth of Walmart. And President Caleb Popple says he'd like to thank each individual that's committed to help support the Rotary Club of Jesup. Fundraiser is just one of many that they'll utilize to help fund the local projects and scholarships. Once again, the date is February 24th, 5:30 at the Trial House Historic Inn. Special election in Wayne County to fill the vacant District 5 County Commissioners race is set for March 15th, and the deadline to register to vote is this coming Monday, February 14th. If you changed your name or address since you last voted, please update your file by coming into the registrar's office and filling out a change of address form. You can also go online with your driver's license at www.mvp.sos.ga.gov to register to vote, update your name or address, and view your precinct, polling place, other information. Early voting is going to get underway Monday, February 21st, run through Friday, March the 11th, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Advanced voting also takes place Saturday, February 26th, and Saturday, March 5th, from 9 to 5 at Hall Richardson Recreation Center. Again, all advanced voting in this special election. All future elections will take place at the Hall Richardson Recreation Center at 644 North 4th Street in Jesup. Race for the governor seat in the state of Georgia continues to be a major story across the state, but also across the nation. All eyes on Georgia to see who wins this battle. Currently, the incumbent governor is in a battle in his own party, as David Perdue is challenging Kemp in the primary, with the winner facing Stacey Abrams in November. Elections are all about money, and the Kemp campaign is urging the Perdue campaign simply pull out, arguing that all this primary battle is doing is strengthening Stacey Abrams' campaign. Despite being a prolific fundraiser back in 2020, Perdue's reporting less than $900,000 in his campaign for governor, while Kemp has raised nearly $7.4 million in the 7 months between July and January, ending that period with $12.7 million in the bank for his campaign. Kemp campaigns say the numbers are crystal clear. David Perdue does not have the resources to win the primary, but he does have the ability to elect Stacey Abrams as our next governor. They claim a brutal primary where the Kemp campaign is forced to engage in significant resources is Stacey Abrams' surest path to victory. Abrams has raised more than $9.2 million since December. Perdue doesn't appear to be going anywhere, saying he's in it till the end, but most political insiders believe the infighting in the Republican Party during this primary race only hurts the Republican Party in November. They say it simply does not help. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes and news: February meeting of the Wayne County Historical Society will be held this Thursday, February 10th at Western Citizen Steakhouse. Guest speaker for the evening will be Martha Fraser Fuller of Scriven, who will speak on the historic Morgan and Fraser families of Scriven, two historic families that will soon celebrate 100 years of family reunions in Scriven. Dutch Treat meal precedes the meeting at 6:15. The meeting begins at 7. Everyone's welcome and new members are encouraged. Wayne County Hog Jam set for February 18th to the 20th here in Wayne County, sponsored by the Wayne County Board of Tourism. Statewide hunt begins at 2 p.m. on Friday, February 18th, ends on Sunday, February 20th at 12 noon. If you need more information, go to the Tourism Board's website, waynetourism.com. Again, online registration is open. Registration for bow hunters is $50, or gun hunters can pay $100 to hunt in both categories. Hunter is 16 years of age and under hunt free with a registered adult hunter. All hogs must be weighed into the fairgrounds in Jesup, but participants can hunt anywhere in the state or any of the connecting states they have legal permission to do so. Hunters must be in line at weigh-in at 12 noon that Sunday, or they're disqualified. Participants are responsible for knowledge of the rules. And finally, don't forget the State of Education and announcement of the Page Star Student and Teacher of the Year taking place at Coastal Pines Technical College on Tuesday, February 15th from 11:30 to 1. Sponsored by the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce. Guest speaker is Sherry Bowen, Principal Director of Wayne Christian Academy, Dr. Sean Kelly, School Superintendent, and Dr. Lonnie Roberts, President of Coastal Pines Technical College, all speaking at the event. Tickets are $25 for members, $35 for non-members. Everyone's invited. If you need a ticket, call the Chamber at 427-2028. And that's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.